エバースーパー戦隊、ゼニスマン、Go to Hollydoom.
Continuing on in this story, the Harmony Sentai Zenithman, Masaya, Zenith White, Isaji Black, Tiara Pink, Gurren Blue, Hyon Yellow and their big sister dog Leva are trapped inside 5 movie scenes that have been planned by a Jakuman named Igaman who, going by the name Mr. E.G., used the 5 writers Nash, Susan, Bruno, Kiki, and Tyler to lure the team to Hollywood, becoming actors in his movie but ended getting trapped inside those scenes along with the population of Hollywood, as that monster, not only the true director of his movie but becoming the CEO to turn Hollywood into Hollydoom, continues to watch each of these movie scenes in TV screens with Steel Sword Dragon, Poseidon Orb, Volga, Herlock Sholmes, and Manpuku at his side with the tied-up writers, as well as the transformation items of the Zenithman that he stole from the motel. In the fire building rescue scene, Isaji gets restrained by Hyde Gene and Damodal to allow Steamloid to turn him into rust while the Space Ninki Zaru clan duo, Hizaru and Blizaru, continue to cause a great fire to other buildings with the innocents inside, with Hizaru using his flames while Blizaru watches on in sadistic. Not wanting to see many people getting killed by the flames as the best entertainment quote by Damodal, Isaji uses every bit of his strength to break free from restraint, however gets attacked by the two to allow Steamloid to continue turning the overemployee man into rust, injuring him in burns from the steam. As this happens while screaming in pain, Isaji explains he'll not let the people born from any race to suffer in this unexpected scene change, and it's true that Zedminas is the one responsible for this movie setup as the first part to trap the population of Hollywood, but he will not let that secret plot to be complete of killing innocent lives including the Harmony Sentai like himself, as he and his friends will always continue to rescue every life no matter what it takes, just like his dad and mom as a firefighter and paramedic respectively, as those words overflow him with much strength, ignoring his wounds to take down both his restrainers, Steamloid, and the Zaru clan, allowing him to head inside each building to rescue many lives while dealing with the summoning Moris. As he manages to save the last surviving people, one of the women is worried that her daughter is in that last building, making Isaji go back to rescue her, but once inside the building suddenly crumbles to the ground, killing the two. However, Isaji gets up from the debris carrying the young girl in his arms, walking to the innocents to try and get the girl to be alive, even listening to her heartbeat, as the girl finally wakes up much to her mother's tears of joy and thanking Isaji for rescuing them and her daughter. With this scene done, Isaji notices a portal that can take them back home, as he takes the people back to Hollywood. In the Cinderella turned war scene, Tiara is being pursued by Glum-do-Bridon who wants to marry her, while Rienial Husty and Empress Maki lead the charge of taking over the kingdom as Hades Organ Valma Gaisolb brought in the Moris to attack the castle, its guests, and Prince Charming, while the first king of Shugotem and the cruel ruler of Samurai World go after the prince's parents, the king and queen, to slaughter them and take over their thrones. Tiara trips to the ground as a result of leaving her one glass slipper to get shattered by the two monarchs, as she tries to kick Bryden away by explaining that fairy tales come with happy endings, and she will not let this plot twist fairy tale movie have that bad ending, hoping for a miracle of magic to change these events back to the way it was, even though glad to have that plot twist in a similar story state, by revealing if fairy tales have mythical possibilities then this movie should do the same. Just then, the clock strikes at 12, causing her princess gown to glow and change, not to her casual clothes, instead changing into a pink-style magical girl uniform, blend of Sailor Moon and Poitrine, much to her astonishment on becoming a magical girl heroine than as Zenith Pink, as she uses her new fighting ability and powers to take down Bryden, including Hades, Valma, and the Horde, saving the prince and the guests of the ballroom. However, in respects to Tiara's saving his life, the prince takes off his uniform to reveal himself as an armored spy, who has been written in the movie for him pretending to be the king and queen's son, making Tiara more astonished than ever, as the two take out Rienial and Maki from killing the king and queen, allowing Tiara to use her magical girl finisher to take out the two monarchs, saving the kingdom. After receiving a kiss from the spy, Tiara takes the innocents to the open portal back home, leaving him with the king and queen in the movie scene to have a good happy ending. In the spaceship battle scene, Gurren and his talking spacefighter get heavily damaged by Galvidi, Gyoten'o of the supernova, Count Nair, and Demon Thunder in their super space fighters to prevent him from rescuing people inside a bombing space station, resulting in the two falling to the moon, as the 4 fighters were about to finish the job. However, Gurren, who is correct upon Z-'s doing for a setup, speaks out that he will not let the people of Hollywood get taken away from the bomb, getting rid of the people's inspiration thanks to the innovations many people create, including him and his family of the Sogo Motor Corporation, and he wants to continue innovating for and from inspirations onwards to the future for everyone to enjoy, making his fighter, who Gurren now calls it his buddy, to understand and manages to get itself back up to activate its secret weapon to take out the 4 monsters and their fighters to charge towards the space station, avoiding many blasts, and finally entering inside to get the innocents inside the big spaceship used by Gyoten'o, who tries to prevent Gurren from rescuing them, but his fighter intervenes to give Gurren time to take the ship away from the station as it explodes, leaving the talking space fighter and Gyoten'o dead as the former's sacrifice. Gurren thanks his buddy before entering the portal, taking them back home. In the Wild West Sengoku scene, the Osborne siblings Hyon and Leva get beaten down by Young, Minjo, and Wilson, who the 3 brought the Moris holding the hostages as a choice for the 2 siblings to surrender that could free the people, or get killed if refused. In response to 5 seconds of silence from the siblings, the 3 monsters ordered the Moris to aim their swords at the hostages to stab them to their death. However, Hyon tells them to stop by revealing they, Hyon, do not want the people in their own countries to suffer in fear like they did back then before becoming a warrior that changed their life, never mentioning themselves as Zenith Yellow to the people to protect those innocents from this suffering, including in this plot twist movie that Z-' has caused to be a trap. Leva's happy at her younger siblings' words as she walks up to comfort them, who thanks her for being at their side, but gets shocked to see Leva grow like a horse thanks to the number 27 Sentai Ring's energy within her body, allowing the American Zenithman to get on to save the innocents from the Moris grasped as those get gunned down along with the 3 monsters from Hyon's power-up pistol thanks to the SR energy. The 2 siblings then ride like the wind towards the site where Manpuku Aburame and Juza Yumahari are at with more hostages, prompting Juza to lead the bandit Ashurazaru Moris to stop the 2 siblings. However, were no match against the Cowsiblings might have many kicks, tail slaps, and gunfights, allowing them to take down the 2 Japanese monsters and rescue the other hostages. And when Leva returns to her normal dog size, the siblings take the entire population of Hollywood, no casualties, back to their home via the portal. In the survival scene at Nostal City, Masaya gets confronted by Zeus Org, Pestis, Lost Ark, Ferocious Knight D, Deathruger, and Super Warumono World, who block him from getting to his girlfriend Sweeto sitting on a bench and is about to get crushed by the falling debris from the tall tower, which is starting to crumble after getting hit by a blast thanks to Pestis from his sword. Masaya, who remembers this also from Z-'s first attack on Earth when he saved a young boy and gets crushed by that debris to save Sweeto into believing he was dead, but thanks to Heimu for rescuing him, shouts that he will rescue Sweeto from being killed. That could make this movie a bad ending, even though he gets beaten by the 5 movie monsters, including Deathruger mocking him of never transforming since he and his friends have left their transformation devices at the motel to later being taken by Igaman. However, Masaya manages to get back up to say that's true, second time for him, but reveals that even if he and his friends can't transform, they can still go all out to both fight for and protect the importance of the people, their homes and cities, the things they cherished as nostalgic, and their happiness from threats like Z-' and the remnant trio of Cladis Ultio, Tremor, and Silens, allowing him to avoid many attacks to knock them out, allowing him to charge at the plaza's bench and get Sweeto out of the falling debris just in time. As a result, the invasion has stopped, and Masaya looks at Sweeto, which turns out to be a wax statue, even though disappointed that it's not the real Sweeto but understands the situation. Masaya sets out to find many people of Hollywood around, all of them unharmed as the portal appears to take them home. Returning to 5 soundstage facilities, the Harmony Sentai were taken to shoot a movie. The team, now back to normal condition and wondered on the portal that just appeared to take them home, get the population of Hollywood to stay calm and support on the heroes to save this all-star city, as the 6 Rangers head to the studio's office to confront the Jakuman who has been responsible for this setup. As he sees this in anger that his movie is ruined, to confront them with the 5 remaining movie monsters to take them out to the quarry as prevention from untying the 5 writers and getting their transformation items Transingers, Gaoranger, and 5 main Sentai rings back. There, Igaman curses the Harmony Sentai for ruining his greatest movie, but he still rules Hollywood as Hollydoom, and he will continue to rule that city of Los Angeles once he finishes them off powerless and so on, killing the innocents, as he uses his power to bring back the movie monsters that fought the Harmony Sentai in the 5 movie scenes, As the 21st century movie monsters introduce themselves backwards from Pestis to the three Orb brothers before Steel Sword Dragon, ready themselves to kill the Harmony Sentai, all six who explain on the importance of movies. Movies are about making people filled with happiness and dreams, including for children, that will bring them so much nostalgia in the future upon its cinematic or animated experience and stories, especially to the actors and many productions that created them from their performances and aspirations. Not all movies are perfect, but for those who watched any hit, flop movies much to their interest will always be at its zenith for them without criticism. All of this will inspire people to follow any kind of dream, rather to become popular or not. All of them on this peaceful planet is an all-star of any kind. Just like the Harmony Sentai, through many trials they have faced, they continued to fight for the values of what the Earth, including Heimu, Tsugi, and Usil's home planet Zoltar holds from evil like Zedminas, Cladis, and every villain the Super Sentai have risked their lives to protect, as long as the heroes, including the innocents, don't give up hope for their own dreams and for this planet, especially during this summer vacation. As a result, the Sentai and the monsters see lots of energy coming together to give the team new transformation items born from everyone's nostalgic feelings and memories, along with dreams and hopes of happiness and becoming all-stars of their own kind, creating a harmonized miracle, each 5 transformation visors. Zenith Spizer.